Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. Thanks for joining me for this live stream. Now, when you think of Hi-Fi MIDI, I'm sure you don't think of hip hop. And that's because I am not a hip hop musician, but I do appreciate well-made hip hop music. But this is not about hip hop really. This is about Native Instruments Play series and their Leap expansions, which up to this point, I really didn't pay attention to because I prefer working with their normal virtual instruments, ones with key switches, with different articulations and all that good stuff. Well, what is the Play series and what is Leap expansion? Just to give you a quick rundown, the Play series instruments put outstanding sound quality in an easy-to-use package. Each of them has a distinctive sound and character, offering a comprehensive selection of carefully designed presets and focused on controls for modifying them. So I'm going to show you really quickly in Cubase what I'm talking about. So if you have, I think this began in Kontakt 7. I'm not exactly sure, but this is basically what it looks like, and they have different themes to them. So and they're all going to say Play series here. And their expansion series, or their Leap series is going to be accessed here on the left side. So we have instruments and then we have Leap. And Leap is ultra fast and playful way to creatively manipulate loops and samples in Kontakt 8. Leap expansions are expertly curated sound packs featuring construction kits, loops, and samples tailored to specific genres and styles. So as you can see, there are several already in existence. Hi, Janice. I feel like Janice is my loyal follower. I'm glad to see you there. So as you can see, there are a total of 13 so far. And there's no particular reason why I'm choosing luxury hip hop other than that's the most recent one. And I wanted to try it out for myself. And I'm going to be honest, I had a lot of fun with this, and I want to try to come up with something today. I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm going to go through the sounds and through the features of each of these products and see what inspires me. All right, so let's go to the Play series drums. Now, as I mentioned before, the Play series it's supposed to be an easy-to-use package. And in this case, it's more geared toward hip-hop. So you have a few kits here. I don't know exactly how many are here. Now, this is different from Battery. Battery is Native Instruments drum software or electronic drum software, and there's like thousands of sounds here. But in this case, you have just a couple dozen, and these are all hip-hop themed. So this is a nice way to look for sounds in a certain genre. So I'm going to click on the first one, Big Time Kit, and just listen to what that sounds like. And one of the nice things about Kontakt 8, the way that it's set up, is that you can just click on one of these sets and then you're going to hear a preview of what it sounds like. Hi, Rifat. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. So I'm going to cycle through these and see which one speaks to me or which one grabs my attention. Now that's pretty nice. You hear a few samples playing at the same time, few loops. Now, what's the fun in having a product do all the work for you? Well, it's not really doing all the work for you, but one quick reason I would use this is if I wanted background music and I don't want to pay a subscription fee for licensed music, I can create my own here, and that's what I'm going to try to do actually. That one's pretty nice. Don't care about that one that much. It doesn't have that power that I'm looking for. I was a little laid back, a little subdued. I like that groove. I like that one, but I don't like that long kick. At least in my headphones, the kick on this one is a little anemic, but that's a cool groove. Now I like that one right there, so I'm going to favorite that one. I like that one, but that one has too many tones. Nice. Not what I'm looking for, though. I like that one. Okay. That's not bad. That one's a little too trashy for me. So these all sound good to me. Some more than others, some less than others. But I think I'm gonna go with show out kits. See what that's like. And it has a recommended BPM on it as well. So I'm gonna double click on that, and it's gonna load it over here. On the left side here on these little keys, and hopefully you can see that pretty well on your screen. You can play it like a regular general MIDI drum set. So where you have the kick right here. And here you see the little animation on the K. That stands for kick. And then we have another kick here. And then we have a little dollar sign right here for snare. That's cool. All right, what's this other snare? I like that. I think this is for, this stands for rim. That's nice. And then we have, what is T? Oh, that's for tom, probably. So all the T's are toms. So these are easy to find if you're familiar with a general MIDI layout for drums. Hi, Mark. I like the sound of this drum set. There are some dynamic layers to it, so it's not a cheap sound by any means. Let's hear the hi-hats. Hi-hats is one of those things in hip-hop that it has to be just right. It can't be harsh, but it can't be weak either. And I like a nice closed hi-hat sound, which is what CL is for. And there's an H behind it. That one's nice. That's a very trashy open sound. So there's a shorter open. That's a little aggressive for me, but it doesn't sound bad. And here's a crash. And then ride. Where's the ride? And then we have, I don't know what that is. What P stands for. Where's that other P? All right, anyway. Then we have filters here. A high pass filter, which is going to take out the bass. Of course, this is MIDI assignable, so you can tweak that and you can automate that in your song. Then you can take out the highs. Here's a reverb. I wonder if this is for all of them, if this is global or for that specific instrument. I think this is global. Yeah. Here's delay. Now these are the macro controls. You can go into the effects and adjust it here. And then tighten. I'm not sure what that's tightening exactly. You know what? You're probably right. Percussion. Although I can't tell what that is. It sounds like a cassette or something. Now, it seems like texture adds a little bit of drive to this. And then you can tune them as well. So there's by step and there's linear. Or fine. And then the level. All right, so here, these purple keys, you have preset patterns that are specific for that kit. And it starts on C. Now this is following my DAW's tempo, so I'm going to set it to 95 or 84, which is a recommended. Okay, there we have a little bit more rhythm. Yeah. I think, you know, part of me thinks that these things are a gimmick until I tried it, and it's actually really fun to use. So it seems like there's different sections of the song. So if we go into patterns, we might see this. And yeah, actually C3, it says it's an intro. And then we have our main. Main 2. With a little bit of variation. It has this really nice fill in there. And we have our main 3. And then 4. Oh, sorry, verse 1. Little subdued. Verse 2. I'm going to skip a couple of these. I want to listen to the breakdown. So it gets rid of that snare. And then we go back to the main. Yeah, I can already hear something developing in my mind. So on some of their plugins that are pattern based, where you can click a note and it plays back a pattern, you have to record yourself playing that note, or you have to go into or onto your track. Here, I'm going to go ahead and create something. And you have to hold down that key like this. I don't like that method. The great thing about this, though, is that not only can you just hold down that pattern, you can actually drag it in or onto your track, and you're going to see all the notes. This is wonderful. The reason it's wonderful is because you can use that pattern for that kit, specific kit, and apply it to a different drum set. So I'm going to show you. I go to pattern, drag it to my track, and there it is. Let me just expand this a little bit. Where'd you go? There you go. All right, so actually I don't need to be here. You can see all your notes right there, and you can edit them. All right, let's go ahead and start dragging some more song sections so we can start building something. So I like the main one. And just to add some variation, I'm just going to add these right here. And then I'm going to try a fill in between these main sections. It already has a fill in there, but I want to listen to these here. I'm not sure I like that one. It's a little busy. Oh, that one's pretty cool. Where should we put it? That one is probably going to be 1 measure long. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to put it in between the main section 2 and 3. So I drag that back 1 measure and then I just fill it in there. All right, let's listen to that. All right, I really like that. And then we'll just do a little outro. Not sure I like that little ride right there, but that's okay. Now I want to listen to what this sounds like with different drum sets. Maybe I'll try one that I didn't favorite. Nope, that's not going to work. And you know, this is a cool little key command that I set up in Cubase. Option P is going to cycle through this loop. And I'm just going to start clicking these. Nope. Oh, that's a little harsh. You know, I can already tell my favorite one, Show Out Kit, is going to sound the best for this. Yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. So that is 24K drums. Let's go to 24K keys. It's going to have the same setup. Let's see, instrument, where it has your presets on the side. And I'm going to cycle through these, just listen to them. Now with keys, I'm probably going to use multiple sounds, so I'll just duplicate the tracks and change them. So this is just playing one note, and you can't really judge a key on a keyboard, just one note. So I'm going to play through this real quick. I like that little shimmery sound, but I feel like they don't go together. In this case, you have the ability to swap out sounds here. And I've noticed this theme in a lot of Native Instruments Play Series instruments where they have one sound source on the left side. It's just going to be your A, and then another one on the right side, which is your B, and you can morph through them, between them. So let's see, balance. That's pretty cool. I might use that. May or may not. And then you have a little ADSR. Cutoff. Resonance. That's nice. Age is probably going to add a little bit of warble. I'm not sure. It added some harmonic distortion, I think. And opulence. Ooh. So you get that shimmery reverb, excuse me. That's nice. And then you have all these sounds here. I'm not sure if you can see it on your screen. It's pretty tiny here. Dying cell, poly, all these sounds. I'm not going to go through them because this, otherwise it would take too long. And then you have a sequencer over here. I haven't tried this out actually. So you have pitch and velocity. I'm going to just mess around with this. Let me listen to the beat and see if there's a groove I want. And then you can, I'm sure you can adjust the length of it. So let me see if I can limit this. Direction, gate, steps, yeah. Dump. I like this ability to just drag it and then it sets it to wherever your mouse is. All right, let's go with pitch. So this says root, major second, third, fourth, fifth. So I would need more time to I would probably play it out and then on the keyboard first and then decide what I wanted to play. But anyway, there's a sequencer right there. All right, let's go ahead and listen to other sounds. Not a fan of that one. By the way, I forgot to mention that if you're interested in this, there is a sale going on with for their hip hop bundle. I've included an affiliate link to 24K keys and 24K drums. It's pretty cheap. It's $79 for the drums, keys, and their Leap luxury hip hop expansion. That's a great deal if you ask me. All right, not a fan of that one. I don't care about that one. Let's listen to it with the drums. That's pretty cool. I'll favorite that one. I don't really care for sounds with a lot of that resonance, but we can change that. Although that one doesn't have any resonance on it. Maybe change the balance. Oh, it's because of the attack. Ooh. Sorry. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, they all live drums, yes. So you can play them as a pattern, as I mentioned before. So you have these keys right here that show you the the sections: kick, snare, toms, hi-hats, and cymbals. It's very simple. That's the whole point of it, is to be simple. It's nothing complicated. You just turn it on, choose your theme, and then start playing some music. All right, but let me go ahead and go through some more sounds. Now this is like a timed one, so you have to go a little slower. So if you try to go fast with it, it's gonna sound weird. Yeah. No, I'm gonna use that. I like that one. I can see some use for it. That one's called Bricks. That one's cool. Call and response. Don't have a use for that. Caviar. I'd probably use this for like a bass. Let's see. Maybe take off some of that. I don't like that little buzziness. It's called buzzy timpano. That one's nice. No. This is a lead, clean lead. I'm gonna quickly go through these. Oh, that one's cool. Too resonant. There's a lot of compression on that one, it seems. That one's nice. Ming mod sub. Maybe I should play this with a beat in the background. Too short. One's nice. This is called the Ugly Baby, El Bebé Feo. Ooh, that's pretty cool. It's just too in your face though. I'm stopping the beat because my ears get a little fatigued. I don't need that. That sounds pretty nice. Let's see. Nice. I'm gonna favorite that. Let me hear this. The problem with these is that you're stuck to a certain notes. Actually, you know what? Maybe in the sequencer, I see you can change a pitch. So I take that back. I don't want to mess with the sequencer right now. Otherwise, this video is going to be too long. Okay. I do wish they had vibrato on the mod wheel. Ooh, let me try this one. Oh, I see what it does. Problem is that it goes faster. I don't know if you can tell. That's nice. I'm gonna favorite that for now. So this one you have a lot of sounds actually. So they're very interesting sounds. Very hip-hop-ish. So this one's already set to chord. It's very long. That one sounds nice. This one's called Pretty Pad. Hopefully it is pretty. Oh! I'll favorite that one. Doesn't mean I'll use it though. Pump fake. 67 silk. I do wish they had it divided into categories like pad or lead, all that stuff. But then it wouldn't be simple. Sneak bass. That's pretty cool. I like that one actually. Really nice. Called Speaking, I think. Speaking. There you go. Stardust. Interesting. Oh, that's cool actually. I won't use it though. There's a lot of sounds. Tape violin. Are we getting to the end? And a lot of these, I don't know if it's a hip hop thing, but they sound very harsh. I don't like harsh. Maybe that's why I don't listen to hip hop much. And I favorited this one before because I went through some of the sounds. Sometimes I start with the beginning and then I get impatient and I jump to the end and I go backwards because I think that they put the best ones at the beginning and the end. But that's just my theory. So I really love the sound. As a matter of fact, I had been searching for the sound in their one-shots for a long time, and I went through literally hundreds of sounds and could not find this, and finally I found this in 2 ARPs. Oh, that's just so satisfying. It's like ASMR. And here is uptightish bass. This sounds pretty good. I don't know if I'll use it though. Don't really like using clav sounds. And here's vintage strings, which I like. As you can tell, I really like that mellow sound because I'm a mellow guy to begin with. It just fits my vibe. All right. That one's a nice one too. All right, I like that one too. And last one is Wolves. So I'm going to stick with these favorites right here. And then we'll go back to that. I want to take a look at Leap Luxury Hip Hop. So this one is going to be found again in their Leap menu. So we have instruments here and just click on Leap. And where did it go? I'm looking for all the other ones. There you go. So these are all included with the collector's edition. I'm not sure. I think it's also included in the subscription and their ultimate edition. So luxury hip hop, I click on it. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This contains performances. And the cool thing about them is that they all fit with one another. So I can play this loop. This is the bass. And it's playing this sample right here. You have all these controls. You can control the BPM, you can sync it to your DAW, change the speed, change the key. So let's see how you change the key. There you go. You click on it. Nope. Oh. There you go. Let's see. Interesting. It doesn't mean that it's playing in that key though. You can change the tuning. You can keep it from looping. That way it only plays one time. So I'm going to play the next one. I'm going to play them together. Two, three. You have another horn section in there. Muted trumpet. That's nice. All right, let's listen to the other ones. Oh, it's beautiful. So you can add these in and at different points of the music, and it's gonna all be cohesive. It's gonna all play together nicely because it's in the same key. Then up here, so these are triggered by C3 through D5. It's nice. Then up here on your black keys, you have effects. Like this is going to speed it up. I think this plays it backwards. And you have, it doesn't show the info. I'm going to see if I can add it. But you can hear what it does. This is like a stutter, I think. These are some DJ effects where it just repeats that little section. This is a stutter. So you can all add those things later on. This is going to shift the octave. Up. And then down. Then what does this do? I'm not sure what the name of that is. Just little effects that are going to make the music sound a little more interesting. Then up here you can control amount of noise, flutter, crunch, and then adding one of the best reverbs that I use all the time. Actually, it's called ROM. Okay, I'm going to take out that flutter. I don't like that. You can change the tone, add delay, and reverb. All right, so I like this. I like this so far. So I'm going to add the bass at the beginning. You know, I'll click it in. Not, yeah, with my mouse, I mean. And that is C2. So I'm going to go ahead and... C2, there you go. I have my resolution set too high, I think. Okay, let's hear it from the beginning. Where is it? Oh, it's, sorry, C3. I'm gonna take out that reverb. Okay, we have something weird happening right there. So if you notice, I have it starting on measure 1. However, it didn't start at the beginning of the sample. And this is what I don't like in some of Native Instruments software. is that it doesn't follow the point of starting. It follows whatever it thinks it should be at in the sample based on where you start in your track. There you go. Okay, that's not syncing up. Maybe it's me. There you go, sync. That's too slow because the tempo is supposed to be 150 and I have it set to 84. So I'm going to click half speed. There you go. And that should fix it, hopefully. Or, sorry, 2 times speed. And that's a little fast for me, so I'm going to change it to 76. Okay, and then I want to restart that bass right there. So I'm going to cut it, and it's going to restart the sample. All right, now I'm going to see what other sample I want to play at the same time. All of these are starting. I wish there was a way to come on, globalize this. So global. That's a nice one. I'm going to add that on here. That's G3. And here's a little trick in Cubase. If you want a note to go to the end, you right click it, function, and then I believe pedals to note length. Oh, that didn't work. I don't think I set it up on this. No, I need to set that up later, but I'm just gonna drag it like that. I used to have a command where it made it go all the way to the end of the MIDI region. And then I'll restart the bass right there as well. And over here, since every 4 measures, I think it needs to reset. Then right here, I want to add trombone and that muted trumpet. That's too fast. No, you know what? I'll keep them slow. But I'll keep that muted trumpet there. That's D4. And then I'm just going to use this right here. All right, let's listen to that. Okay. I started the bass at the wrong spot right here. It gets a little hard to see these fine lines, especially as I get older. Okay. Now I'm going to add something in the keys, maybe some chords. So let's look for that. I think it was called vintage strings. There you go. I just want something to fill in that space, but not be very prominent. Okay. That I want from the very beginning. Now, there's no reason to play that over and over. By the way, this is a little tip that I will give you if you're playing a very slow pad or string like this. Don't hold it all the way. Give it some room to die off before you play the next chord. 3 off. That way you don't have this going on. 3, 4. So you have a mixture of those chords and it doesn't sound good. All right, I think that's good. So I'm going to duplicate that. I feel like that trumpet gets a little lost in the mix, but we'll fix all that stuff later. For now, I just want to start adding layers of those sounds. Okay, so I'm going to, I set my key command to command multiply, and then it's going to basically duplicate this track, 24 keys. So I'm going to delete these extra MIDI notes, go in, and there's that little sound. I forgot, I think it's called two arps. So I like that one, but it's not quite the notes that I'm looking for. There you go. All right, let's listen to that. It might be a little loud right now, but we'll adjust the mix later on. So I think what I want is, I don't want that second note, just maybe just the same note. And I'm going to quantize that, I want it to be exact. I'll go ahead and duplicate that. Name it. I'm going to duplicate this track. And then we're going to do a little melody right there. Forgot which one it is. Speaking. No. It's like a pluck sound. I'm not sure if it's that one. I want a little pluck sound. No. I think it was water pluck. But I wanted to have more reverb on it. So let me see if it has ROM in here. Where is reverb? It has to be somewhere over here. Hopefully I can add it. I don't need chorus, so I'm going to choose. They usually have ROM somewhere. Bus, limiter, cry. ROM, there you go. ROM just makes everything sound better. Let's see if I can drag this over here. Yep. I'm going to compare this to the channel insert here. ROM. If you haven't bought ROM, I highly recommend this. This is such a beautiful reverb, and it makes almost everything sound better. Yeah, that's just a little... But that sound, it sounds a little too thick. I want it to sound a little more pointed. So I'm going to take away some of that bottom end. All right, let's hear that. And it's hard to mix on my headphones. I don't like mixing on my headphones. I feel like it colors the sound too much. All right. I like that. And you know what happens when you start recording, your ability, your playing abilities go down significantly. The great thing about Cubase, and I'm going to plug in Cubase because I've been using it for years. The great thing about it is that it still listens to you when you're playing, like before you decide to record. And if you go to insert recording here, insert as linear recording, whatever I played is going to be put in there. It was recording already. But there's something that happens to your mind when you press the record button and you lose all creativity, you lose half your skill, but it's here. So I'm going to go ahead and edit these notes. I'm going to adjust the quantize. I think with hip hop, it's okay to be accurate. All right, and then I want to, so this is called water plug. I want to add one more thing before I go. If you like this, please hit that like button and leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about this so far. As I said, it's a pretty fun plugin or bundle. And then, I don't know what I want here though. It seems like there's something missing. Okay, let's just go to our favorites. We already have that pluck sound, but that one's hurting my ears. Maybe we can... Oh, this one has the effects. So I'll go ahead and lower this a little bit. So it's a little thinner. And then I'm going to lower the volume just so that it kind of hides in the back. If it doesn't sound good, I'm not going to use it. played a few different things there, so I'm going to see what I like, and I'll keep that. I think I like the first one more, so I'm going to solo that real quick. I'm going to move this one back. Bottom. I like that. There you go. I'm going to keep that. Delete the rest. And then I don't want it on every measure, so I'll just have it play like this. Oops. That way we have some motion there. We have some interesting things going on. All right, and then now I'm gonna just fade it out. I don't need that outro, and because I don't have much time for it right now. So here, let's see if it's a nice fade out. All right, friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed this live stream and maybe found out that you actually like this if you already have it in your library. I highly recommend this. This is a really fun plugin, especially if you want to come up with some hip hop ideas and create your own background music. I have some feelings about people using the same samples as millions of other people for to create an actual radio track. It seems kind of weird to me. But anyway, this is a great plugin. If you enjoyed this, please hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about it, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Also, if you want to support my channel and own this, I have an affiliate link in the description, and I appreciate you very much. So I'll see you next time. Take care.